Hardest thing to do as an entrepreneur is when you're stuffing money into a black hole is to give up on it because you think you're so much closer. And you start learning, the people I'm listening to, the reason or way I made the decision, I won't do any of that again. You've built, you said 3 different companies?
I've had 3 exits. I've probably built 5. The first 2 are failures. Maritime Vacation failed. The guy from atthecottage.com executed better. Lesson learned there, plan for success. I mean, Brent, I'm sure you've had to tell people this. If they actually just thought, when this is successful, investing in a good domain, building the brand, like these are all things I should do, that if you don't do, somebody else could inadvertently take the market
they'll
from
end up
you.
doing it. Well, 100%. Starting, building, scaling, and even exiting is trial and error for most entrepreneurs. That's why once you've done it a few times, you get better at it. And if you've only done it once in your life, you're going to make about every mistake you can make.
Everyone.
In 2010, I started another business. I was just testing some of my theories, but it started taking off so fast. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be $1 billion place. So I just started throwing money at it, and I built a team from no one to an extra 60 people in like 18 months. It was starting to burn $500,000 a month, and I burnt $8 million chasing this thing, thinking, oh, I'm going to change this whole thing. And one day I'm like, it ain't changing nothing. Like I just shut it down.
You literally came
wrote off $8 million. Natalie actually did. I was in the middle of doing something and she's like, you need to shut this thing down. And I'm like, I already put $8 million into it. Hardest thing to do as an entrepreneur is when you're stuffing money into a black hole is to give up on it because you think you're so much closer. But it was the best decision I ever made because as soon as I freed myself up, I was able to put my attention on things that could create so much more value. It humbled me because I was in the middle of all this other amazing stuff, but then I just couldn't get this other thing to work. So I could look at what was causing the ones I was doing to work, what was causing this one to fail. And literally today, it was the genesis of my breakpoints because I went through myself and went, here's how I hired, here's how I onboarded, here's how I trained, here's the process I went through for the businesses at work, and here's what I did to shortcut all that or to change it in the one that did it. And I was going through and just creating it. And then I was like, you know what, I should hire a research firm and find out what causes businesses to work, what causes businesses to break, and where and why and how. And today, that's all the foundation for my breakpoints.
Yeah, it's that feedback loop. I think that's, people say you don't hire the guy that's got 20 years experience, but it's the same experience repeated year over year, right? You want to learn. And I think entrepreneurs, if they're not honest with themselves, right? I guess one of my favorite things to tell people is don't lie to yourself. Like, look at where you fell short, challenges, frustrations, and give yourself permission to actually like double click and get honest.
It's the best thing an entrepreneur can do is to say, when that went bad, what was I thinking about? How did I make the decision?
What did I believe about it?
Who was I listening to? Because that's another big thing.
Huge.
And you start learning, wait a minute, the people I'm listening to, the wrong people I'm asking questions of, the wrong inputs I'm getting from other people, the reason or way I made the decision, I won't do any of that again. And until you can get there, because you just got to accept, to your point, it's all trial and error.